So throughout the semester, we learned quite a few things and would like to share those lessons with you.
Our initial idea of having humidity sensors in greenhouses didn't turn out too well. We quickly learned that greenhouses did not have a need to know small amount of changes in humidity. So when we pivoted to our next technology, the aerogel reinforced composites, we learned a couple things and had a couple pivots throughout this. We had ideas of making a whole suit, making certain coverage pieces, making suits for wildfires, and even making chemist gloves, where we learned the needs of the firefighters and the chemists and discovered problems within these. And this overall led to us having a better idea of what to use with our technology and making our final product.
So after all of the pivots that we did, we reached our final idea, which was to replace the inner two layers of current firefighting gear with an aerogel reinforced composite liner. Um, and so even though the pivots may have been seen as negative, they actually were very beneficial, and we learned how the NASA technology could be implemented for optimal use.
We also learned different lessons in marketing our product. We asked questions of who pays for the gear and learned that the fire departments do with some grants from the city. We asked how much they would pay and learned that they would pay slightly more than they already do for the upgraded gear, but they do only have to replace it every 5 years or so. We also asked the question of where do they get the product and learned that salespeople contact the departments and send them samples, and then the departments primarily purchase their gear from online stores.
So in addition to things that we learned about different technologies, we also have some general takeaways from the entire class. One thing we found was that sometimes you're expecting to prove a hypothesis and end up totally disproving it. So you have to be ready to adapt and also be ready to totally pivot in a different direction if you see that you're at a dead end, because it is important to utilize time and money in the best way possible. It is also important to know what questions to ask to begin with. Instead of asking specific questions involving the idea you have, try to ask more open ended questions to get more feedback. This can lead to more ideas being created and also getting a better idea of what your audience really wants. In addition, this course helped us learn what a good business model canvas should look like and how important and useful it can be to making sure your idea is developed to its full potential.